Here we go. Come on, people. Good evening. Which city are you tuning in from? Make sure that you're typing in the chat. Which city are you tuning in from? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, perfect. This is great. And the fact that you all are here, very, very warm good evening to each and every one of you present here today. Well, something very deep, something amazing that we are all going through together. And is the simple fact that we all believe in learning. We all believe in growth. We all believe in really raising our standards, and that's the beauty. Today, what we are going to be learning is something very, very deep, something absolutely sensational, something that we normally tend to use, but we tend to take it for granted. We don't really necessarily invest our time, energy in this, but it's something if learned, it's going to change our lives once and for all. So even before I get started, what I want to know from each and every one of you is which city are you tuning in from? So just type in the chat, which city are you tuning in from? Okay. So yeah, I think the chat option is kept open. So which city are you tuning in from? Come on. I really want to know. I really want to know. Let's see. Where are you all connected? Now, I'm going to be very honest, okay? If you all are not playing full out, there's no point being here. The fact that you've invested your time, energy, and money to be here, which means that you are serious. You really want to do this. You really want to work this out. And I feel so grateful that I get to share this entire thing, the entire wisdom with such an amazing audience. So we got people from Chennai, we got Punjab, okay, Gurdaspur. That's a good one. Thank you so much, Manish sir. This is great. Okay, so we want to talk about one of the most underrated and under talked about topic, which is called as impromptu. Now, I remember the very, very first time when I wanted to speak on stage. Now, I was very confident because I used to look at all these people walking up to the stage and fumbling and everything. I somehow felt that I was very, very confident. So my teacher told me, okay, so you are selected for tomorrow's morning assembly. I was in class 7 back then. So I said, yes, sir. I will do it, sir. Done. Absolutely. Done, sir. So he made sure that he gave me some kind of a script, but I was a little overconfident. So class 7, right? Happens. I want to impress everyone out there. I don't need any script as such. Nothing. I just go and I'll deliver. He said, okay, fine, your wish. So I walked up to the stage. And then I realized the first few lines that came out, which was pretty common. Good morning to our respected principal, my vice principal, sir, all those things. And then I realized my hands were shaking. My neck choked. My legs were shaking. And after some time, the entire school started laughing their lungs out. I didn't know why. I looked down and I realized the nervousness came out as urine. It's not at all a good sight for me. I was somehow hurried down the stage. But that was the very, very first time, one of my first experiences of public speaking. And I realized it's not just about what it is that we want to learn. Simple fact that how do we do it? At the same time, what is the importance of it? Because from then onwards, I realized most of our communication happens to be impromptu. So today we are going to be breaking down a lot of things and we are going to be learning the strategy. Now let's straight away get started. Now I'm going to just brush through with this amazing presentation that I have in store for you. I just try to make it. I'm not a very big fan of PPTs, as you all know. I like to showcase myself a little bit. So I'm just going to be sharing with you something very, very interesting, something that I feel is good to talk about. It's good to share. So here is what I have in store for you. Now you can see the art of impromptu communication. This is exactly what defines whatever it is that we want to be learning today. We are going to be going through all of that in this particular detail. Now, what do we have here? Okay, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we're going to cover up. So the first thing that we're going to cover up is who is this for? So I want to clear all this air right at the start so that you don't have any such confusion and all. So let's see who is this for? This is for you if you believe in having a clear communication. Believe in having a clear communication, effective persuasion. You want to win an argument very respectfully. You want to have that powerful punch while you are speaking. You want to make a mark while you're speaking, and you believe in leaving a lasting impression. Now listen, all these things happens to be the most important. Even before we are getting into the details, and all of those things are definitely there, but I want you to know this, okay? I want somewhere around these next couple of points we want to commit, and I really want that commitment from you all. Only then I'll be moving forward. Okay. The first, I want you to switch off all your devices, put them in flight mode, do anything, just shut yourself down, because the next 2 hours are going to be life-changing for you. So I want you to get rid of all the distractions. Okay. Make sure that you have a bottle of water right next to you. I got mine. You have a notebook and a pen, because you're going to take a lot of notes. You're going to do a lot of observations. Okay. So I want you to play full out. Number 3, I want you to answer me, talk to me through the chat. The chat is open. I've opened it right in front of me. If I tell you to do something, you got to do it. Now, my mentor told me this: execution is your greatest superpower. Mere information makes no sense. Okay, mere information. So it's not passive learning. Okay, we're going to be learning it together. So you got to be putting out there in the chat. You got to participate full out. Okay. Then, of course, the last pointer that I want you to do is obviously make sure that whatever you're learning, you're absorbing every single thing, because there's a lot of surprises in store for you. Okay. So if you're with me, just type it in the chat box. Just the I, type it in the chat box I, so that I know that you are there. Now, until and unless I get any of these responses, I am not going to move forward. I can promise you that. Okay. I want you to play absolutely full out in this. I want you to play absolutely full out. Perfect. So we got people coming. This is great. Now, when we are talking about impromptu communication, obviously you got to learn about who is this for. Now let's understand who is this not for. That is another important thing. So who is this not for? This is not for dabblers. If you're just here to simply waste your time and just to see, okay, what is this guy teaching? What is this guy talking about? This is not for you. This is not for complainers who think that, okay, I want to point out on every single thing that is not right. I mean, nobody's perfect. We all want to make progress. We all want to learn. This place is not for excusers. I don't have time. I don't want to do this. I don't really want to play full out and all. This is not your place. Please go out right now. You're not going to learn anything. If you suffer from any of these syndromes, I know everything, I must be perfect, this is not for you. And if you have this whole thing of commitment, I don't want to commit myself to this learning, this is not for you. So if you want to be here, you got to be able to play full out. You got to be able to be your 100%, because I'm going to give my 100%. So I want you to give yours as well. Okay, play full out. Now, that is all about the rules. Now, I want to congratulate you. Because even before we get started, the fact that you're an action taker, you believe in investing in yourself, time, energy, and money. It's not just about the money. You believe in the massive value, and you believe in massive upgrade of yourself. And that's the most important thing a trainer wants from the participants. Until and unless you take action, each and every one of you, you have paid for this particular webinar, which means you really believe that you're going to grow, you're going to learn. So I want to congratulate you, applaud you, loads and loads of high fives and power hugs to each and every one of you. A huge congratulations. Now with this, we also have, I want to talk about my impromptu journey for a moment. Now, my impromptu journey, it began in 2015 and it's still going on and on. So I'm just going to give you a very brief overview. So this is what happened with me. Before I tell that, I want to know from you all, when was the first time you understood or somehow got an idea about impromptu? Type it in the chat. When was it? Was it maybe a year back, a month back? Maybe how is it? Just answer me in the chat. I want to know. When was the first time you got to know about impromptu? Come on, put it in the chat. And I'm also going to be putting out a poll. So in this poll, okay, February 2021 says Sahira, thank you so much. Okay, what about others? Come on. Okay, a year back. This is great. Okay, so I'm 1 year, March 2021. Brilliant. So I got a lot of people, very engaging audience. Amazing. Thank you so much. Now I want to put up this question to you. Okay, what do you feel about impromptu communication? Do you feel good? Then you need to click on yes. If you feel no, Sridhar, right? I don't really feel so good. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Then you need to click on B. Okay, so let's check. The poll is right there in front of you. What do you feel? What is your views about impromptu communication? I'm good, I'm not good. I mean, what do you think? You're good? Yes. No? Then click on B. So you got two options there in the screen. Now I want all of you to really vote effectively. Okay, effectively, because every single question is going to help us understand each other a lot better. At the same time, we get to see what is the participation quotient here in today's workshop, and at the same time, how many people are really interested, not interested. I'm really very curious to know about all this. Okay, so the poll is still running, so I want all of you all to answer. Only then I'm going to share the results. Okay, my impromptu journey somehow got into the situation. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll and share the results with you. And there you go. So the house is pretty much evenly divided. This is great. My impromptu journey started in 2015 when I went to Bangalore. Now, I only knew 3 languages. A lot of pride, 3 languages. I knew how to speak Bengali in English, Bengali in Hindi, and Bangla in Bengali. That's it. When I went to Bangalore, I realized no one knows either of the 3 languages. So I had 2 options: continue speaking the 3 languages or learn a few more languages. That's when I got to learn Hindi and English. Right now I'm speaking pretty fluently. But then learning was the difficult part. I had to watch a lot of movies. Primarily, I learned out of movies itself. So movies was my rule. But then I realized it's not just about learning. It's not just about performing on stage and all those things. Everything is secondary. The fact that I have to communicate with people, with my professors, with my batchmates, with my roommates, with my hostel warden, with my girlfriends that I dated back then. I need to speak impromptu. I have to do that. And then I did a little bit of research. I realized that 95% of our daily communication is impromptu. Yes or yes? Come on, type it in the chat box. Yes, if you're agreeing with me. 95% of our communication is impromptu. Yeah, yeah. So now, if that is really the case, if so much, such a huge percentage is of our speaking is impromptu, why don't we learn it? And that's when, in 2021, just a couple of months back, I decided, let's make the most of it. You got all these amazing workshops going on with respect to public speaking, but most people have this fear of simply talking. In fact, public speaking is one of the greatest fears on the planet. There's 72% people, I think it's the research by NDAI in America, they've come up with this research that 78% of the global population fears public speaking more than death. Imagine if you're asked to speak impromptu, how much the percentage may increase. Okay. So in 2021, just a couple of months back, we decided, okay, you got all these amazing courses going on, workshops going on, public speaking. How about teach people how to speak impromptu? That would be even more fun. And that's how we came up with this particular workshop. So you all are going to have a lot of fun. Now, make sure that you're following us on Instagram, Telegram. You get updates to all the workshops, every single thing that we are doing. You can follow me on Facebook. So I want to be in touch with you. I want to know you. I want to make sure that you are in touch with me. So I think that our team will be putting up the details there in the chat. Make sure that you're clicking there and you're following us, following me everywhere, following our entire Sun's Den team everywhere. It'll be a pleasure to help you and serve you more. Now let's understand the guidelines and rules of today's session, and it's important that I share this with you right before we get started. Okay, so just one moment. Yeah. Okay, so these are the guidelines and rules that you need to follow. I need your undivided attention. I told this to you right at the start. I want high energy, enthusiasm, and entertainment. I want that because I am going to give you that. So I'm going to expect the same from you. I want you to play full out. I want you to take massive action. I want you to take rapid notes because there's a research which says that the more notes you take, you have this somewhere around an 87% of retention when you take notes. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you all to take as much as possible notes. And finally, I want you to have some water, because 71% of our body is water, so 3/4. So you want to be hydrated. You want to stay hydrated, you want to stay in your peak state, and obviously in order to be energetic, you need to keep yourself hydrated. That is super, super, super important. Now, just give me a moment. I will just be back. I had to make sure that it is completely soundproof. I don't want you all to go through any kind of a sound that is going on in the house right now. Okay. Now, with the rules and regulations having met, let's just understand first what is the situation of us right now in terms of speaking. How did we even get started with speaking? Speaking impromptu. We never took any classes. Our school never taught us impromptu speaking. Our school never taught us how to, when you're talking to someone, how can you prepare a topic and all and present it? No way. Okay. So if that is the case, how did we even get started? When I talk about how did it all start, obviously we wanted to start speaking because we want to meet the needs. People wanted to meet their needs. They wanted to express their thoughts. They wanted to express their emotions. And they wanted to just observe every single one around us. I mean, when you look at yourself as a baby, maybe, okay, maybe, yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to use it as a poem maybe at some time. Okay. I was a baby and I started speaking because I wanted to feel heard. I wanted other people to listen to me. I wanted other people to speak to me. How did I learn? I obviously learned when I looked at my parents, I looked at my friends. When I was going in my school, I tried to mimic all the students around, all the friends around. That's what I tried to do. And if that is what I'm truly willing to do, I'm sure that's the same what you all must have done. Okay, that's exactly how we all started speaking, isn't it? If you're able to resonate with what I'm saying, just type it in the chat box. So I know that, okay, whatever I'm speaking is making sense. Come on, put it in the chat. Yeah, I can see answers flowing in. This is good. I want you to play full out again, as I had said. So if that's the case, then what exactly happened? What went wrong? Something must have gone wrong, for which we are not really able to connect as effectively as we used to as a baby. These are the problems that we are facing. We have zero techniques and methods. We don't have any framework. We don't have any blueprint, especially with respect to impromptu communication. I mean, when you go out there, you will get a lot of courses on public speaking, communication, everything. But 95% of our communication is impromptu, and yet we don't have anything about impromptu. Just doesn't make any sense, does it? Just doesn't. So we have zero techniques, we have zero blueprints, we have absolutely nothing. And that's what makes it so difficult. Because we don't have any of this, we have loads of doubts and fears and guilt and anguish. What we truly want to share, we are just not able to. Just not able to. And then every single time we are not able to share once, we are not able to share twice, all these crazy things are happening. It just keeps stacking up. It keeps stacking up over and over again. You're not able to speak once, you lose the confidence. You're not able to speak twice, you lose the confidence every single time. And it turns out to be a huge problem. Such a huge problem that even when you have an interview to crack, you get scared. You want to express your emotions out to your friend, you're scared. You want to open your heart and soul out, maybe to the person that you are maybe going on a date or just somehow expressing your emotions. You're not able to do that. And it cribs you deep inside. How many are able to resonate with me? Give me an I in the chat box or a yes in the chat box. It pains. It hurts. It hurts really bad. And what's even worse, this is actually the worst part. We lose out on the competitive edge, especially when we see people around us maybe worse than us in terms of standards, in terms of beliefs, in terms of principles, in terms of marks to some extent, but they are super confident. People are listening to them. We start developing this horrible kind of a complex deep inside. The war is not outside, the war is inside. That pains us. It just pains us. Now, today, we are going to shatter all of this. 100% all of this. Today, we are going to shatter each and every one of these things because we are going to be going through a training. I'm just giving you a build-up as of now. The training is going to be a lot more fun. We are going to be working our process out. We are going to be making sure that we are being 100% present in order to play full out. So now, so far, are you all with me? Do you have that same fear? Do you have that same kind of a problem that I just spoke about in terms of impromptu speaking? Of course you do. That's why you're here. And I want to congratulate you once again. Let's get started. Now, this is action time. Action time. Why do I say action time? Because we need to make sure that we are learning something amazing. And we are going to be taking the entire action steps in these 3 zones. We are going to be learning the theory, which obviously we need the techniques and methods, otherwise it just makes no sense. And we're going to be learning 2 tools that will be integrated deep inside. Now, you all know that I'm not a very big fan of PPTs. That's why I created a simple mind map that's going to just help me portray the points that I want to share. And at the same time, for those of you making notes, it'll be easier for you to take up snapshots and all as well. Let's get into action. Why do I even take a breath? Because even when I begin the training, I need to be in that state. I need to be completely open. In order to do so, I also get to know you better. In fact, I have a question right now for you. It's popping up in the screen. Which category do you fall in? Poll is there in front of your screen. Are you a student? Or maybe you just started working? Or you've been working for 5+ years? Or you've been working for 10+ years? Which category do you fall in? Now, I got a huge number of participants right now. I want each and every one of you to vote. So only when we vote, we will know the collective wisdom of the audience. When we know the collective wisdom of the audience, we will be able to mold our journey accordingly. It will help me immensely. Okay, so I want you all to play full out. Please do answer the poll. I am not going to proceed until and unless I get at least 75 to 80% of people answering the poll. You're not here to sit. You're not here to just simply dabble. So make sure that you're answering very honestly in the poll. Okay, fantastic. Now I'm going to end the poll and share the results. So we got 10% each of student and just started working, and we got, so 80% are working professionals. This is amazing. Got a pretty good audience today. Amazing. Let's start with this very interesting fundamental. And I don't want to bombard you with theory. No, I want to give you demonstration. So now, welcome everyone. Very good evening. My name is Dr. Suryadeep Mazumdar. I'm a recently graduated dentist turned entrepreneur, and I'm here training you in impromptu communication skills. It's going to be an amazing session that is going to last 2 hours, and I'm very excited for you all because what I'm going to be sharing with you is very important. It is something that has changed my life. How did you feel about what I just did the last few seconds? Give me a 1-word description in the chat. How did you feel? The way I was speaking. Boring. Okay. Low energy. What else? What else? Lifeless. That's a good one. Didn't understand. Okay. Even better. When you go out there to speak to people, 95% of the time, this is what people do. How many times do you see people speaking like this? Same speech, same sentences. Let me just tweak it a little bit. A very good evening, everyone. You are here because you believe in understanding what impromptu communication is all about. Now, I feel so blessed because we are going to be spending 2 hours together, and this 2 hours is just going to be life-changing for you because the techniques and methods that I have learned, I'm going to be portraying it to you, and you will be able to equip yourself with the same skills. And I feel so blessed that you've given me this opportunity to train you on this particular topic. How did this feel? How did this feel? Come on, type it in the chat. One sentence, one word. Yeah, awesome, sensational. Okay, what else? Give me something. Yeah, interesting. Okay, yeah. Now, enthusiasm. Okay, that's a very good word. Thank you, Saraj. So, what did I just do? Let's break it down. Now, the speech was the same. The speech stayed the same, but three things. Actually 2, but I'll break it down into 3 things are the ingredients of what I just spoke. Let's look at it one by one. The first is called as the content. Content meaning the words, the group of words. Now, mind you, this is an impromptu communication, impromptu at ease workshop. So the content of the workshop will stay the same as I have prepared it. But the speeches that you see, you're going to witness in this workshop is going to be impromptu because I want to demonstrate to you. Okay, so this particular speech that I just presented, it was also impromptu. So now, the content are the words that you use. Unfortunately, content includes only 7%, just 7% of what you speak about. Okay. Makes sense, right? I presented the same speech 2 times, same, pretty much the same here and there. But the first one, I got comments like recorded, didn't understand, lifeless, low energy. The same speech I presented in a different way, effective, energetic, involving, enthusiastic, interesting. The content was the same. So the content forms very a minute part. That's why it's 7%. Just 7%. Then you'd ask me, Surideep, what comes next? Okay. What did you notice? What did you notice? The difference between the first speech and the second speech. I want to put it up in the chat. Come on. Give me some kind of an answer. What change did you notice? What change? One thing has to be, okay, voice modulation is a good one. Yeah, thank you so much, Sahira ma'am, for that. Energy in the voice, Yogi, thank you. Manoj sir says voice, okay. Yeah, gesture, thank you, Abhijit sir. Body language, big one, amazing, amazing. Anything else? Yeah, voice modulation, emotions, okay, Varun sir, thank you so much. This is superb. Emotions is a big one. Now, all these things put together, let's understand it again. Now, these are not my answers again. It's your answers. Anuradha ma'am, thank you. Expression. Yeah, true. Just reiterating what has been said. The second component, the second foundation of impromptu communication has to be voice modulation. Voice, you all are telling it, voice. It is indeed correct. In fact, spot on, because voice modulation includes 38% of what you speak about. And under voice modulation comes emotions, expressions, and all these elements just by the voice, the vocal cords. That's it. That's a different thing that I applied. Now, what about the third aspect? The third aspect is, as I think Yogi rightly pointed out, body language. I think Abhijit sir also mentioned gestures, facial expressions, the way I'm using my hands while I'm speaking. You can see probably 60% of my body, but in that I'm using playing around. And I'm going to do that throughout the workshop, because if I'm keeping myself stiff and talking, No matter how much, first of all, if I'm keeping my body stiff, just try to do this wherever you're seated right now. Just try to do this. Keep your body stiff and try to talk. You will see by default your voice is reducing its energy. That's a natural body mechanism. Okay, even if I want to shout and scream, I cannot do because my body will not allow. But when I stretch out my body, now I can be free and I can use my head, move the head here and there, and that brings in more energy. 55% is the importance given to body language. So you see how it works. Quick question. How many of you think if you can utilize this entire concept, just this little concept of focusing on the body language, vocal variety, and content, you will be able to take your entire impromptu communication skills a notch higher up. Yeah, just let's see if you believe in that. Click on A. If you believe no, sorry, it still doesn't make sense. You got to give me something more to really answer this question full on. So then click on no. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, I really want you all to play full out again. Every single poll question, like I said, is super important. Body language, vocal variety, and content. These are the components. These are three components that includes as the foundation of speaking. I'm not really very happy with the poll response. I have to tell you straight up right now. If you all are not playing full out, I want more people to be answering that in the poll. Although I'm just going to share the results, and all of you believe that yes, it will take our entire thing to the highest level. Now, if that is the case, let us take up the tools that we're going to be learning today. The tools, meaning the techniques and methods. I have two of them for you. I think I showed it to you already, but I'm just going to show it once again. And it's called Structure, Confidence, and Delivery Tool, called as the SCD model. Structure, Confidence, and Delivery. And TOSL tool, which is Think, Observe, Speak, and Listen. I am going to demonstrate both these tools first in the form of an impromptu speech right now. Okay. Then I'm going to be explaining the entire concept, again, breaking down the demonstration, the example. And then again, I'm going to be giving you a couple of more demonstrations on how did I use these tools so that you will get a practical learning. Okay. So even before I talk about these tools, let us take up an impromptu topic. Now here's how it's going to be. Okay. I want you all to think of any impromptu topic that is coming in your mind right now and put it in the chat. Anything that is coming in your mind. Okay. The first topic that I get, I am going to present an impromptu speech in that topic for 2 minutes. Okay, I hope it's pretty clear. So put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Come on. Give me any topic that comes. Okay, I can see a lot of topics are already coming up. Internet frauds. Okay, that's Saroj ma'am's topic. She was the first. So internet frauds. Okay. Imagine for a moment, someone calls you up over Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, any of these social media platforms, promises you something bizarre. I remember the day, October 2020, 25th or 26th. I got a message in Telegram. I'm going to give you your 5 terabyte of external hard disk at only 1,999. Oh, is this really possible? An external hard disk that costs around 10,000, I'm getting it in just 2,000. I am in. Where do I need to pay the money? Well, this is the Google Pay number. Please pay the money. I paid. Vanished. Gone. I tried to call that person, I tried to call some other person and every single thing, and I realized, okay, my money has been taken away. It was my first ever experience of being a part of a fraud. There are moments in life when we really go through difficult periods, when we lose out on a lot of things. We don't really know how to take care of it. All we can do, what's gone is gone. The lessons learned stays with us once and for all. That was my first mistake. Hopefully it stays as my last. That's my topic that's my presentation on impromptu, on the speech. Yeah, so internet frauds. So Saroj ma'am, I want to ask you first, how did I do? Yeah, how did I do? Impromptu, again, ma'am gave the topic. I presented it in 2 minutes. How do you all think? Now, let's do it this way, okay? I want to make this very clear for you. I want you all to be my evaluators, right? I want you all to be my evaluators. 0 to 100, 0 absolutely horrible, absolutely pathetic, makes no sense and all. 100, too good, excellent, next level, brilliant. How much would you rate me on a scale of 0 to 100? Come on, don't give me numbers like 60, 70 and all. I want you to be specific. Impromptu speech. My timing was again 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. So 4, that's unfair. I gave a pretty good speech, I feel, but I really appreciate it, ma'am. So Sahira, ma'am, gives me 78. This is great. Okay, amazing. Right. I am just 67. Okay, Varun sir, you're missing out the rules again. Don't give me a 60 and all. If you had to give me a 60, I'd ask you to give me a scale of 0 to 10. Then you would have given me a 6, right? Give me something specific. I should talk more. I know, but timing is 2 minutes. That's what impromptu speeches are all for. I mean, you get to get your ideas, carve it together, make it crisp, short, effective, powerful. That's what impromptu communication is all about, right? So 112, this is huge. Okay, amazing. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a few seconds. Meanwhile, what I would want you all to do is, how did you feel when I was answering this? I was conducting this entire impromptu topic. How were you feeling when I just got a topic and I started talking about it? I want to know, how are you feeling? So I got the poll in front of you. Make sure that you're answering the poll, okay? Okay, I'm getting a lot of answers in this one, so I'm really very happy, and I want to share the results with you also. 67% people were feeling amazing, and 33% not so good. Interesting. Now let's break down the entire presentation that I did, based on the topic that was given to me, and let's understand the SCD and TOSL tool. SCD is structure, confidence, and delivery. The moment the topic was given to me, did you notice what was my first thing that I did? What is the first thing that I did? Come on, put it in the chat. What is the first thing that I did after I got the topic? Breathe. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sahirama. That was phenomenal observation. Why did I breathe? Because I want to keep every single thing aside. The fact that I'm conducting a webinar right now with all of you present here and all those things, keeping everything away. I just want to be present in the moment. So I took a deep breath in. As I did that, I was, okay, yeah, Varun sir says, imagine, created a structure in mind, Abhijit sir, that is absolutely spot on. In those few seconds, I connected a personal story related to the topic. I could have easily talked about internet frauds is very bad. We all should go to the police to complain. We have to be careful. We need to make sure that we are not giving our passwords to anyone. I could have spoken about all these generalized pointers, so-called advice. Wouldn't have made any sense, because we all know what we should do, but there are very few who actually do. I didn't want to generalize the entire topic. I wanted to make it absolutely personal. So personal story, okay? And then I wanted to know, how can I connect it with the topic that is given to me? And finally, how can I end with a bang? That is my structure. Confidence. Once I'm able to frame the structure, then did you notice how was my body? My body, I was playing around with my hands. I used gestures in which I got my message and all those things. When you are opening your body up, your body releases certain hormones. It's called as the happy hormones: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphin, adrenaline. When you open up, yeah. I mean, there's been a research, and in fact, it's one of the tests that my mentor Tony Robbins will do. He will tell people to stand normally and say that I am amazing. So if I keep my shoulders normal, drooped, and all, I'm amazing. And then he would tell us, just sit up straight, okay, and put your hands on your waist. And how would you stand if you were the king of the world, posing in the form of a king? Then I would give a nice little pose, and then he said, now say I'm amazing. I would say I am amazing, and there's a slight shift in momentum, in the voice, in the way you express. So when you are speaking, the more open you are with your body, the more confident you become. That's confidence. Then comes to delivery. Now the delivery aspect, I'm going to connect it with the second tool that we're going to learn. It's called as a TOSL. Think, observe, speak, listen. When I'm delivering it, I started with a question that catches your attention instantly. I started it with, imagine for a moment. Yeah, so you all were already imagining. And then I connected my personal story. I remember the date, October 25, 26th. I told you about my very simple story of my victimhood of being a fraud. It's crazy, right? Then I walked into the generalization aspect of it. So I thought about the topic. I observed what were the ideas that was coming on in my head. What are the ideas? Come on, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Then I started speaking. So think, observe, then I spoke. I spoke by connecting the topic across the stages. Personal, starting with a bang, personal story, generalizing the topic, bringing some kind of an insight into the topic, ending with a bang. Yeah. Finally, TOSL, think, observe, speak, listen. What is listen? When I'm speaking, how many of you have observed, okay? How many of you have observed that when you are in the moment of speaking, in that moment specifically, there are moments when you go completely blank. You don't even know what to speak. How many are able to relate with this? Type in the chat box, I. Yeah. We want to speak. But in order to speak, we need to listen first. Why listen? That's what happens actually unconsciously in our head. In our head, right? We are talking, but at the same time, we are connected somewhere and we are absorbing information, and then we are throwing it out. So that's the mechanism that happens. When you are in that zone, when you are listening, you're able to absorb that information better and the flow gets maintained. That's the beauty of this TOSL tool. What did we learn? Structure, confidence, and delivery. Think, observe, speak, listen. Right? Now, let me give you two more demonstrations. And then it'll be easier for us to observe how can we break this entire process down a little more. It will help us to really understand things a lot deeper. And I hope you all are taking notes. It's a complete game changer. Okay. So we're going to do this once again. I am going to be asking you to put on your impromptu topics in the chat box. And the first topic that I get, I'm going to be talking about it. Okay. I'm going to present another impromptu speech of exactly 2 minutes. So bring in your topics in the chat box. Come on, let's take up one more impromptu. Let's see how do I perform this time. Okay. Now, this is just me speaking. This is just me speaking. So I'm waiting for topics. Okay, so I got two so far. I got Wi-Fi, I got mindfulness in today's world, and air pollution. That's pretty good. And obviously the first topic is Wi-Fi. So, okay, Manoj sir, I want to know first. The word Wi-Fi, is that a question or you're telling me about Wi-Fi or something? I'm not really clear. So just type it in the chat box. What is that a question? The type Q. If it's just normal stuff, then maybe N or something. I don't know. Yeah, is that a question from you? Okay, question. Perfect, perfect. So Wi-Fi. Here we go. Yesterday, I woke up with this notification popping up in my cell phone. A new movie Netflix has released. I clicked on the video and the promo video popped up and I realized, it's not a movie. It's a TV series. Okay, I don't have Netflix subscription. What do I do? What do I do? And then I realized, okay, how about I call my friends, those who have Netflix subscription? I called them up. They were not willing to share the password with me. Reminder, do not share your passwords with anyone because your friends will not share when you need it. I said, okay, this TV series has released and I have to watch it right now. How do I do it? I realized, okay, I have this source in a site in my phone from where I can download the entire TV series. And I clicked on my telephone, in my smartphone. I did that. When I did so, I realized, what? 7.8 GB? That's like 5 months of entire internet that I use. How will I be able to download that? So unfair. So I realized, in my home, I got a beautiful thing called as Wi-Fi. I connected it. It took me around 2 minutes to download the entire 7.8 GB of TV series. I finished it by today morning itself. When we talk about Wi-Fi, at a very nominal cost, we are able to access these high-speed internet, especially with COVID hitting us, work from home, the whole world turning into a digital economy. Wi-Fi happens to be our greatest tool. The best part, you get to use as much as you want. You get to share as much as you want because sharing is caring. We don't have to ask for a Netflix password from anyone. Wouldn't you agree with me? That's my presentation, and I think I finished it within 2 minutes. Once again, on a scale of 0 to 100, on a scale of 0 to 100, how do you think I did this time? Yeah. Okay. I got a pretty critical audience here. This is good. Okay. I'll probably keep a timer right next to me. Now, you see how the whole process works? You take any topic. What you do is you use the same SCD concept. You use the same TOSL concept. And that's when you're getting your results. You can speak on literally any topic. Now, I remember the last time when I did this workshop, I got a very weird topic called as digital economy. Now, I'm a doctor. I have zero idea about economics or business sciences and macro, micro, all those things. But I connected it with a personal story of my experience of economics. That's the beauty. When you share a personal story, it makes the whole process that easy. You don't have to be perfect. All you have to do is just have that idea of your understanding, your perspective, your perception about the topic. Okay. Now let's try a little, let's make it a little variety here. Now we know impromptu communication is important, isn't it? Now all this while I was presenting 2-minute speeches. Okay, let's see if I can speak on a topic effectively and keep you engaged for somewhere around 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, that's another challenge that we all face. We get a topic and we don't even know what to speak about. Okay, and this time what I will do is I will not only speak, I will make sure that I'm breaking it down. Okay, before that, let's break down this speech. What did I do? The topic was Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi. Started with a bang. No, thank you so much for the topic. No good morning, good evening, nothing. Yesterday, I got a notification. We all get notifications, so instant audience connection built. I told you a nice little story about my entire experience of watching that entire TV series. It's a very simple thing which we all go through. So you don't need hi-fi stories. Simple story will do. Then I connected with the importance of Wi-Fi in my life. I generalized it so that we all can feel connected with. Now the story gives me my foundation. Finally, I ended with a question, with a bang, and with a little tinge of humor as well, because humor is something I enjoy. Okay, I simply did that again: structure, confidence, delivery. Okay, using the think, observe, speak, listen model. We'll have one more demonstration. So let's do it again. Keep your topics ready. Put it in the chat. The first topic that I get, I am going to speak about it. Okay, so waiting for the topic. Let's see this time what topic I get. See, look at the chat. You people are challenging me to the next level. This is good. I really like it. That's one of the best things I love about Impromptu, is that you can play around and people enjoy the same as well. Hypnotism. That's my topic given by Abhijit sir. Okay, this is going to be a little hard one, but I'm going to go for it. Let's see. Hypnotism. So I have to speak for 3 to 5 minutes and at the same time keep you engaged. So here we go. I remember the first time that I went for a magic show. It was the legendary PC Shorkar. Not PC Sarkar, Shorkar. That's how Bengali is pronounced. I was seated in the corner of the 4th row, so somewhere right in front of the stage. I witnessed him walking down the stage. You, get up. And then the person got up. Have you been hypnotized before? No, sir. Do I know you? No, sir. Come here. He walked that person onto the stage and he used a simple pendulum and a ball to hypnotize that person. I thought, okay, fine. This person is a magician. He can do any of these things. It's pretty easy. I didn't take that moment seriously, people, until the point in 2020, January, when I suffered a tremendous heartbreak. I had cheated on my girlfriend and she got to know about it. I was devastated. I started getting anxiety attacks, panic attacks, all these crazy things, and I didn't even know how to heal myself. And that's when I realized hypnotherapy is my cure. So I called up my practitioner all the way from France. And she was connecting with me over Zoom. And she said, what is going on in you? I said, ma'am, I'm just not able to breathe properly. I'll start getting all these chest pain. I'll start getting all this kind of a goosebumps and everything. I'm just not able to live. And she says, okay. She brings the pendulum, the same ball. And she does the exact same exercise that I had seen so many years back, 15 years back in childhood, on me over Zoom. That was the first time I realized you cannot take anything soft. You cannot take anything light. A magic show in childhood can turn out to be a healing tool later when you truly need it. Let's promise ourselves to respect every possible modality out there, every possible magic trick out there. You never know when you're going to need it. Have you been hypnotized before? That's my topic. That's my presentation. Now the weird part here is that this time I had to speak between 3 to 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes. What did I do? I connected 2 stories. Okay, let's break it down right from the tool format. Structure, confidence, delivery. Think, observe, speak, listen. This time, the topic was a little long. So now, what did I do? Structure. I took a deep breath in and I was just framing, okay, honestly speaking, I'll tell you, I have to accept this, hands up. The topic was very difficult. Hypnotism, I've never spoken about hypnotism before in my life, never. And I also knew that I don't know much about it. I know about hypnotherapy, but hypnotism, I only know this pendulum thing. I realized, okay, if that's what I know, I'm going to use it. I'm just going to use it. So what happened is, okay, yeah. Abhijit sir is saying amazing, Suridip. Thank you, Abhijit sir, amazing. Saroj ma'am, if you don't have such an, yeah, we'll come to the questions. But first, let's break it down. Let's learn. Okay, let's learn full on. The pendulum is the only thing that I knew. So now what happens is I really have to give myself the time, right? The time to really create what I'm going to be speaking about. Okay, so I took up 2 stories. The first story, I only remember the fact that I went to a magic show. And I only remember a few incidents about the magic show. I do remember the pendulum thing happening. But I had to connect it with something that is going to help me put up a nice little delivery and structure, wrap up the structure properly, right? So I created the 2 stories. Second story being my original breakup that happened. True story. Both are true stories. Happened last year. So I decided, okay, let's connect these 2 frameworks. First story I narrated to you. Second story I narrated to you again. And then I connected both the topics. That was my structure. Confidence. How did I become confident? I used all the gestures. You must have noticed, I used all the gestures. I made sure that my eyes were popping up and all. I was coming closer to the camera. I was moving away. I was doing all these crazy things because that's what makes me confident. You need to find out the things that makes you confident. You don't know what makes you confident. Just try and stretch yourself out. You will become confident by ease. Then comes the delivery part. When I was delivering the speech, I had to make sure I was connecting both these stories and at the same time putting it together and then speaking, because I knew I had to take you through a story. Only then I can keep you engaged for 3 to 5 minutes. It's a very, very difficult thing to do, but it's easier when you are using your story, because your stories are your stories, none of other stories. Yeah. But imagine if I had to speak about hypnotism very generally. Hypnotism is very good. I've seen so many magicians do it. It is amazing. It is very helpful. I wish we all can learn hypnotism and all. That's what we try to do, right? We want to just speak about the topic for a few minutes and then we run out of pointers. If Abhijit sir is thinking that we are watching a magic show, or we are watching a movie as such and all, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be when you speak. Impromptu. Structure, confidence, delivery, and we have the TOSL format as well. So that more or less covers up the training aspect of it. Now, what I would want you all to do is tell me very, very honestly, if I am speaking like this, how many of you would want to speak like this or even better? Like this or even better. I'm launching the poll and I want you all to answer this. I want to speak anytime you get any kind of an impromptu topic and all, you want to speak good, you want to be present, you want to be bang on, you want to be powerful, then click on yes. And if you say no, Sridhar, I think I'm pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, come on, let's see. See, impromptu topics, we all probably speak impromptu, and that's the ironical part of our lives. I mean, we speak, but we have absolutely no clue. So now I want to share the results with you. Really blessed that 100% of you believe that, yeah, I would love to speak in this way. Thank you so much for answering. So what happened is, I mentioned about 2021, right? 2021 is when I realized, okay, this is something I'm really good at. I'm really good at. Now I want to share a little bit of this particular side of how did I grow up to be a good impromptu communicator, and then we'll take up another topic. I'm going to demonstrate another time and another topic to you as well, so that we can rightfully master this entire concept that we've just learned: structure, confidence, delivery, and at the same time think, observe, speak, and listen. Okay. Now I remember this very interesting moment when I joined the Toastmasters. Now, my first Toastmasters meeting, I was given an impromptu topic, and my topic was what would you like to achieve, something like this. So I remember I connected it with some kind of a ask a gift to the universe, and the universe will give it to you, and all these kind of crazy things. I spoke exactly for a minute, barely enough to qualify for the votings. I managed to win the speaker, best speaker. I was not really sure what was going on, but then I realized, as I joined the Toastmasters and I started taking up topics, I started presenting impromptu speeches. I realized there is a pattern to this. There is a pattern. All the skills that we learn in public speaking, whether it's body language, vocal variety, you got storytelling, you got elements like persuasion and the way you use your hand gestures, or the way you carve out your speech, how do you write your speech, how do you connect with the audience, all these amazing things that happens. For impromptu, there's a completely different pattern altogether. Completely different pattern altogether. So what I started doing is I started creating opportunities for myself where every single time I was attending a Toastmasters meeting, it was mandatory for me to take up a table topic to see whether these little things that I'm doing, I'm working on myself, whether it's working or not. I joined the Toastmasters on February 14th this year. In just 4 months, so February, March, April, and May, I managed to win 68 best table topic awards, impromptu speeches. And people started asking me, Surideep, how are you so good at this? I mean, you are so good in table topics. So naturally, what I would do is I would make it a little humorous. But then of late, I've been playing around with emotions a little bit. Sometimes I turn super emotional, sometimes I turn super funny, and all these crazy things I'll be doing. I understood that there's a pattern. And it's a pattern that I've been following unconsciously. Only when we realize we want to be putting it out to people, because this is a big problem that everybody faces, we realize we want to be taking it to the next level. So before I take up another topic, I ask you to put up your the topics again in the chat. I want to know this, okay? How would you feel if you were also able to get hold of all those little skills that can make you an amazing impromptu communicator? How would you feel? The poll is right there in front of you. How would you feel if you had the entire opportunity to really express yourself exactly the way you would want? How would you feel? All those skills are there with you. All the tools and techniques are there with you. Every single thing. Yeah. So I want to end the poll and I want to share the results, and obviously you all will be feeling amazing. That's inevitable. Let's go for one more demonstration, and then I think we have a brilliant surprise coming for you, for those of you who really believe that it's going to feel amazing. Okay, so once again, take out your devices and all, type the topic in the chat, and the first topic that I get, let's do it this way. I'll take up 3 topics. Okay, let's take it a challenge. Okay, I'm going to take up 3 topics, and I'm going to speak on each of the topics for 2 minutes. Let me try and make it a little difficult for me. Okay, I want to have this challenge. Give me 3 topics, and I will connect all the 3 topics together. And let's see if I can speak about all 3 in one impromptu speech. Okay. So I got Artificial intelligence, that's a big one, very difficult one, but big one. Olympic Games, one more. I'm looking for one more. Come on, one more topics. This is really out of my league. Sensex 60,000 money. Okay. So I'll take artificial intelligence, Olympic Games, and Sensex 60,000. Put it together in one speech itself. Okay, let's try this out. I've never tried this before, so let's see. I was walking down the road where I saw this beautiful Mercedes Benz, white colored, and I had the love of my life right next to me. I was driving down, and the walking turned into driving as we drove past the valleys of Italy, only to realize we were supposed to be in Tokyo. There's a reason in Tokyo because the Olympics Games is hosted there, but I didn't know how to reach. I had absolutely no idea. I was simply driving, looking at her and singing. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. My mom splashed water on my face. I realized it was a dream. Not only was it a dream, I was wearing some kind of a huge kind of a glass or something. I was not able to understand what is going on. Only to realize, oh, guess what? I am in a different realm altogether. A different realm. Because what I saw in the dream, I can replay that dream every now and then whenever I want. But I can't go to Tokyo towards the Olympic Games. Then I realized, okay, if that is the case, what is this going on? And I realized, I called up my phone, Siri, please help me out. And Siri said, I cannot, I'm busy. Okay. Technology is more intelligent than me right now. Siri, please give me the updates of Olympic Games. How many medals did we win? And she instantly popped up with an answer. I realized the world is traveling way too fast and I'm way too backward, as in old school. But then when I ask myself, what exactly is happening? I mean, how is the world progressing so much? That's when I realized, the market price is growing up. People are spending more money. People are buying more shares. There's a lot of growth happening. That's when I opened the newspaper today morning and realized, interesting. People have come up with artificial intelligence devices where you can get a pop-up in your screen, but it may not be in your room, but it's there in your phone when you use your phone to look at it. It said that, amazing, brilliant. We won 7 Paralympics medals in Tokyo, brilliant. And the Sensex hit 60,000. I didn't understand any of it. It's complicated for me. Is it for you as well? Yeah. Okay, that was my impromptu presentation. I tried to carve in a story, compiling these 3 topics that I got. All 3 topics were very, very difficult, but I somehow had to create a story. Now, Saroj ma'am asked a brilliant question, and I have to answer that now because this is the right time to answer that question. When she said, "What if we don't have a story? What do we do?" When we don't have a story to connect with whatever topics we get, what do we do? You imagine, you create a fictionalized story. And it's so easy to do that if you just connect it with the word called dream. In your dreams, you can play around with your imagination visualization. Yeah. So when you look at all these elements, what happens is there's no way that you cannot speak when you use the SCD and the TOSL concept. I had a structure. The structure got a little messed up here and there because I was not listening properly to the answers that I was getting. Okay, I started speaking way too fast. And then, of course, the confidence, obviously, I'm super confident whenever I'm speaking. The delivery, I made sure I thought, I observed the topic, although the topics were way difficult. And I somehow had to had to brush through, fight through the topic with my awareness, my limited awareness. Now, I know Sensex is related to economy. Sensex is related to shares and all those things. I have a very brief idea. So that's how you deal with any kind of topics. But that was some amazing topics. Thank you so much for that. Now, this brings me to an amazing moment of our time together today, when I want to share with you this amazing journey that we want to have. Before I do that, I want to know how many of you all are willing to master the whole subject of impromptu communication. How many of you would be willing to master? Is it a yes or is it a no? I want to be able to speak effectively. I want to be able to speak at ease. I want to make sure that I am whatever topics that I'm getting, I am able to really express myself to the best of my ability. Yeah, just answer that in the chat. Yeah, sorry, in the poll. Yeah, the poll is right there in front of you. I'm going to end the chat and share the results with you. Yeah, so 86% and 14% no. Perfect. So I'm going to focus on the 86% right now. Okay. What I thought is, how about we could spend time and give ourselves 1 month to master impromptu communication. Not just master, really be in a position where we can speak effectively, whether it's impromptu, whether it's interpersonal, whether we are in an office and everything, without having any kind of a fear, any kind of worries deep inside our minds. How many of you, if you feel that this is something that is resonating with you, do I have the permission to share this entire month-long journey with you right now? Yeah, give me an I in the chat box. If a yes, if I have your permission. Yeah, a 1 month journey to really unravel our impromptu communication. Come on. Yeah. Okay, I got a couple of questions. Don't worry, we'll be answering all the questions right at the end. Okay, so Saroj ma'am and Sahira ma'am, just hold on to your seats. I think we'll have all the questions. In fact, I've kept it noted. We'll be answering all at the end, right? What we thought is, let's create something amazing that can help us as well as you all to understand every single thing that you want to know about impromptu communication, going through an intensive. What is an intensive? You consistently prove your efforts through action. You learn the techniques and methods, you implement, because action and execution is power. When you do that, you get to learn. When you get to learn, you achieve mastery in that particular field. In this case, it's impromptu communication. So I want to introduce you all to, just 1 second. Yeah. I want to introduce you all to impromptu communication mastery. Yeah. Impromptu communication mastery. 1 month towards excellence in impromptu communication. Now, obviously, the price is 9,999, but you all are here. You've been here. Obviously, you can expect a brilliant discount by the end. What are the things that you're going to learn? We're going to be having 4 live master classes. The first master class is we're going to be sharpening our skills. We learned about structure, confidence, and delivery, but here you will be getting the foundation of how to structure a speech, how to have the confidence, how to build your entire confidence, and then delivery, how you can deliver it. A live masterclass. That happens in the first masterclass. The second masterclass is on storytelling. I came up with a lot of stories. Saroj ma'am asked me, what if I don't have a story? How do I get into that? Well, you are going to be learning exclusive storytelling related to impromptu. You're going to learn how to characterize your stories. You're going to learn how to create a climax, an anticlimax, all in a single speech itself, whether you're communicating with people, whether you're communicating interpersonal, impromptu speeches, even prepared speeches. You are going to be learning how to carve out your individualized story bank, which means every time you are asked to speak, you will know which topic will I use to speak. How can I connect my topic? How can I connect my entire journey with this particular speech? Persuasion, that's the third masterclass. In persuasion, we all know that in order to really make sure that we are all giving our best shot, we have to persuade. We need to convince. We need to speak in a way that others will accept our perspective and perception. That's what you're going to be learning in detail, taking control of a conversation charismatically on the third live masterclass. Fourth, we mentioned about body language, vocal variety, content, confidence, all these crazy things. You are going to understand the nitbits of impromptu speaking on the fourth masterclass with the masterclass of TBC mastery. That's tonality, body language, and confidence. But is that it? These are the things that you're going to be learning, but you cannot learn anything until and unless you have the daily practice routine. For a month, every single day, you're going to be having topics to speak about. And you're going to be doing that in a closed community. That's the beauty. Now, this is something we all lack. Whether we are a part of any speaking groups, speaking communities, meetups and all, we lack critical evaluation and feedback. And we are going to be giving that to you. Every single time you're putting up content, you're posting a video, we are there to give you a feedback on what are the good things about your speech, what are the areas that you can improve on, you can work on. That's what critical evaluation and feedback you'll be getting from us. Now, why us? What do I mean by us? You see, my name is Dr. Sridhar Mazumdar. I'm a doctorpreneur, I'm a TEDx speaker, intervention coach. My fiance, Professor Yogeshwari Suguman, she is an area level impromptu champion. She's an international speech contest champion, evaluation champion. She's a net qualified professor. You can see all these certificates that we've all won. So we are there to really evaluate every single video that you make. We are going to be doing that in the form of comments. Is that it? Not at all. You get access to personal mentorship. Now, we all want time, isn't it? Time is the most valuable gift that we can give each other. And when you go through all of these content, you start practicing, you'll be having a lot of doubts. We have a weekly personal mentorship session in which you can ask questions to us and we will personally guide you. That's the beauty about this community for an entire month. Now, obviously, you get a certificate of completion. The 1 month of effort is validated. You are appreciated with all the hard work that you did throughout the month. And finally, this is a big one. We decided, how about, wait, I'm just going to take a little limelight here. We decided, how about making this the best decision? At the end of the month, that is at the end of October, we're going to have a celebration. And that celebration is in the form of Speak Your Soul Impromptu contest, where you will be eligible to win cash prizes. How does that sound? We're going to have a contest, literally a contest. We're going to celebrate you. We're going to celebrate your growth. We're going to celebrate your success through the Speak Your Soul Impromptu contest. Now, all this, the original price is $9,999, but since you all are here, you can definitely expect a huge discount. But before that, I want to ask you all, how many of you like gifts? How many of you like gifts? Type it in the chat box, I. Yeah, type it in the chat box, I. Come on, yeah. We all like gifts, right? So we just thought, okay, if you like gifts, how about we give you some gifts along with this entire course? That can definitely heighten not just your impromptu speaking, your interpersonal communication skills, but your public speaking skills as well. It's all interconnected. That's what we decided to give away, these amazing bonuses. And here we go. body language mastery. In this, you're going to be learning in depth about how to use the different aspects of the body. 1999 is the price. If you choose to join today, absolutely free for you. Okay. Voice modulation mastery. You've witnessed me give you a demonstration on how specifically I've been able to really carve out elements of my voice. The way I soften my voice whenever needed, the way I am active all the time, and at the same time, whenever I want to speak, normally most of the people do when they don't really know anything, when you don't really have get to hear. Every form of voice modulation you get to learn in Voice Modulation Mastery. 2999, absolutely free for you if you choose to join today. Intuition Mastery, that's a big one. I got a question, I'm going to answer that later. How do you know that you get to, whether you get to really be a part of, how do you get to speak about all these amazing stories, or what do you do when nothing is coming in your mind and all? I tap into this resource. It's like an unlimited kind of a bank, and I get to absorb. It's somewhere deep inside of me. And I get to tap into that aspect of me. It's called the intuition. It's one of the tools of the soul, and you get to attend all of that. Absolutely, 2999, absolutely free for you if you choose to join today. Flow state mastery. A lot of people have asked me, how are you so energetic? How are you so energetic in your webinars? Because I get into a thing called as flow state. Flow state meaning peak energy state. And I'm sure we all want to be in that state. 2999, absolutely free for you if you choose to join today. Now, this is an important one. We all want to give feedback, but we all get misunderstood. We all feel kind of like not really understood the way we want to be understood. We want to give someone feedback, but they misunderstand us because we don't really know how to give a constructive feedback properly. 1999, absolutely free for you if you choose to join today. Now, mind you, these all courses are already recorded. Okay, crazy. Again, evaluation by both of us. Okay, so it's crazy. Now, this is a big one. This is a bonanza. One-on-one coaching session, 1 hour. What is a coaching session? You go through any of the problems that you're facing, and you want to take your entire journey to the next level. 1 hour of time. Now, I will usually charge somewhere minimum of 4,000. When I was in Bangalore, I used to charge people huge just to solve their problems. And I can solve any problem in 1 hour because I've equipped myself with those skills. You get this bonus as well. 1 hour, one-on-one coaching session with me. Absolutely free for you if you choose to join today. When you look at all the entire course price, it comes out to be 26,993. We are giving it to you for 4,999, and you get all the bonuses completely. But then we decided, let's give you a little better offer, at least for the next 15 minutes. If you choose to join today, in the next, like right now, it is 7:25. It's 7:25, and we are going to give you time till another 15 to 20 minutes. 20 minutes. That's all. The offer price for you, even before I disclose that, what I would want you to do is, I want you to get your payment method ready, whether debit card, credit card, UPI, wallet, mobile, whatever it is. I want you to get it ready, okay? And here's what I want you to do. I want you to get all of those things ready, whatever you're going to be using to pay. And then once the offer is open, you pay, come back, and then we'll be doing Q&A. Okay, a very special Q&A segment is there. So I'll be answering all your questions, but the offer is going to be limited only for 20 minutes. That's it. Okay, so get your stuff ready. Okay, and then we will be, this is the final offer. 2,999 only for the next 15 minutes. I think the team will be posting the link in the chat. So make sure that you're clicking on the link. Now, for those of you who believe you want to be paying, now this is what the page looks like. Now, for those who want to pay using any of these modalities, you can go to this number. You can Google Pay, BHIM, Paytm, or PhonePe. You can scan the QR code, or you can click on the link that is given in the chat. Okay. In the chat, it is there. It's there only for the next 20 minutes. So right now it's 7:25. 7:26, I'm going to close the offer exactly on 7:46. Okay, so that's the offer in front of you. Now let me get on with, so the link is there in the chat, and at the same time, those who want to use any of these modalities, you may. What you have to do is, for those who are paying through the number, make sure that after the payment you're sending a screenshot in the same WhatsApp number, so that we will know. Okay, 2,999, that's what you are supposed to pay. Right, now let me get into the questions. I know there's a lot of questions coming up. So Sahira ma'am is already a part of it. Yes, you are already a part of it, which means you don't need to do it. Thank you so much. Sahira ma'am was, I think, one of the first when we conducted the last webinar. She was there to really take up. So thank you so much, Sahira ma'am. Right, let's get into the questions now. You can see an amazing questions. Now all the bonuses, mind you, all the amazing bonuses. Google Pay link. Okay, so for Google Pay, we don't have any link, ma'am. We have the number. You can save that number and you can pay directly. And the link, in case you choose to pay by the link, it's given right there in the screen. Right, now let's answer the questions. Meanwhile, as I will be talking about the topic a little more as well now. Okay, first I'll be answering the questions with respect to the sessions. So the sessions are gonna happen every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. That's the timing of the session. For the next 4 Sundays, we will be having 3 to 5 p.m. sessions, the live sessions, and the mentoring sessions will be happening every Saturday between 4 to 5 p.m. The personal mentoring sessions. So you'll get 2 live sessions. The recordings, we will definitely give you the recordings, but we are going to make sure that you attend the sessions live, because only then you will be getting the personal interaction, and that's where the learnings are happening. Once you choose to pay, what happens is you will be guided to a Facebook, you will be guided to a WhatsApp group. Okay, we will put you into a WhatsApp group. In that WhatsApp group, we'll be putting up all the details of all the sessions, all your tasks and everything. It'll be there. Okay, now that's the same number that you gave yesterday. Yes ma'am, the same number. Yeah, the same number, exactly. So the QR code is also there. You can scan the QR code. Now the time, what we will be doing is, see, this is interesting. We have exactly 16 minutes to go. So now what I would be doing is, for the next 16 minutes, ask me questions related to the product. Okay, I'll be answering them happily, and then I will be getting into the questions related to the session. Okay, so I got a lot of questions there as well. I just want to really tell you, okay, the upcoming session, that is next Sunday, is the first live session. The first live session is upcoming Sunday. That's how important it's going to be. Okay, so the first session happens upcoming Sunday, and then you break it down. You're already into the Facebook group. You get the bonuses. You'll start learning about body language. You start learning about voice modulation, in flow state, intuition, constructive feedback. You start learning in the form of these courses and videos, and then you connect with us live. You get access to the recordings. All of those things keep happening simultaneously. Okay, we give you tasks. When you present one video, you are going to get evaluated in that video. We will evaluate you. And once we evaluate you, you get to improve yourself. And then throughout the week, you work on what we are training you on. You get evaluated. The next week you come and you learn a completely new set of skills, especially the storytelling masterclass people. I mean, you're going to learn crazy stuff about storytelling, And you would definitely be interested and happy when once you realize you have the ability to start sharing terrific stories, sensational stories. So then you come to the third week, the third masterclass, third weekend. And when in that weekend, you will be able to express yourself through your tonality, your body language, and you also get to understand how to tweak your content, your confidence, all those crazy things. And finally, you obviously know persuasion forms the most important element. Every single thing that you want to know about public speaking, all the courses kept aside, this 1 month is going to give you every single thing that you need. And you just have another 14 minutes to decide. All you have to do, click in the link or choose any of the payment modalities that's there in your screen, make the payment. If there are any questions, please do ask me. What I believe is, I said this to myself, this particular project we are doing because we want to improve ourselves and we want to improve with you. We want to improve with you because we sincerely believe all of us have this amazing ability to improvise on whatever skills that we have right now. 1 month commitment to master impromptu communication once and for all. So just decide and put it there. What we will do is I'm going to answer a couple of questions related to the product as well as the ones that I got throughout the session. And accordingly, if you have any questions, please do keep popping in. Okay. You just have another 11 minutes to go. That's it, 11 minutes. And then the offer will be closed. So when are we having when we are having personal conversation, how can we tell the story? Now, this is a very, very interesting question. Let's just say you got a topic to speak about. Let's just say a topic like sports. The topic of sports going on, and you have absolutely no idea about sports. You probably haven't even played sports. When you don't have a personal story, you can report someone else's story. You can talk about your brother playing sports. You can talk about your experience looking at your brother playing sports. And then suddenly the perspective changes. For example, I have absolutely no idea about Sensex. I have absolutely very less idea about personal finances and all. But I can talk about what are my observations when I look at my brother reading the finances part of the newspaper so effectively. He wants to learn about all the mutual funds and everything. What are my insights when I look at him? I mean, I feel that he's a little crazy. He'll keep telling me about all these numbers, which doesn't make any sense for me and all these crazy things. Okay, so that's what happens. So I hope that answers your question. All you have to do is just talk about the story and then present it. That's it. If we have the habit of moving, how do we control it? This is a great question, ma'am. When the way I used to do is I would tie a little elastic string in my feet. So what happens is I have this tendency of moving from one part of the stage to the other part, and I love to jump around, scream around, and all those things. So I realized I need to calm down. And the best way to do that is to be aware of what your feet are doing to you. So tie a string, that's going to help. That helped me a big time. I'm sure it's going to help you a big time as well. So I got a couple of more questions coming in. I think I will just answer them, the ones that I got throughout the session. Okay, there's a big one, pretty interesting set of questions. So what do I do if I do not have such an experience? So in such an experience, I think Saroj ma'am meant that an experience, for example, a personal story, a deep-rooted personal story. I think the answer stays the same. You pick the stories that you have been through and you connect it with the topic. Okay, that's the way I do it. I just choose my set of personal stories. Number 2 would be create a story bank. Every day, write down 5 incidents that has happened with you, and you will be able to definitely put it forward, right? So I'm just turning off the chat, because in case you have any questions, put it in the Q&A segment. Okay, it'll be easier for me to answer. At the same time, if you have any questions regarding the course as well, please feel free to share that as well. Right now, the timing is exactly 8 minutes, just 8 minutes left. Okay, so I hope for those who haven't yet taken action, for those who have, congratulations. Right. Next question I have is, just one second. While having personal one-to-one conversation, we cannot build story and talk, which is not really in impromptu speaking. Interpersonal communication, impromptu communication, pretty much falls hand in hand. Okay. When you're talking to a friend, do you have any kind of fear? You simply like talking over and over again, right? In impromptu speaking, let's just say in interpersonal communication, when you speak, your friend is listening. In case of impromptu speaking, your friend is the lens. Like for me right now, my friend is the lens. So when I'm speaking, the lens is simply listening. When you have that mindset, it's just a mindset shift, you will be able to speak very effectively. So I hope that answers your question, Saira ma'am. Okay, can we get the recordings? Yes. Time, I think I've mentioned the time already. Okay. Perfect. Now I got a couple of Q&A questions as well. Okay, I have the habit of removing my whole body and speaking very fast. So you're already a part of the course. So I think we will train you very nicely, Saira ma'am. You need not worry at all. But just to answer, I'm sure others will also be having this question. So I'm gonna. I have the habit of moving my whole body while speaking. So the first thing to understand is, again, structure and delivery. When you understand structure and delivery, what happens is you not only understanding structure and delivery with the way you use words, you also get to understand the way your body is functioning to it. So there'll be a couple of habits that we will be installing in you that will help you stay calm, composed in one particular framework. I can connect to that question because I also love moving here and there every now and then. Okay. Coming to speaking very fast. Okay. See, speaking very fast, it depends on what you are speaking about. Now, if I was conducting this webinar in this speed, it is not possible for me to really express myself the way I want to. So I need to be a little fast. I need to be a little effective. I need to make sure that I'm presenting myself in a better way and all those things. That's how it's supposed to be. So the precise answer to your question, ma'am, it's okay to speak fast only when you know the difference. Like when do you need to modulate your voice and how do you want to do it and all those things. You need to be a little clear about it. And that training, obviously, it happens in the program itself. So you won't have to worry about it at all. Now, I obviously realized, okay, people, now I just got another, 5 minutes now, exactly 5 minutes to go, right? 5 minutes. We got people tuning in. Amazing. When I started public speaking, I started going through a lot of online courses. And I realized it's not that difficult to learn. Impromptu communication, the communication related to interpersonal, it's not that difficult. What I did learn, though, was that we all have this ability to learn effectively. When we want to learn, we can only do so by learning the techniques and methods and simultaneously practicing. And that is when we came up with this 4 masterclass. Like, you attend these 4 masterclasses, you would know every single element that you need in order to speak effectively, fluently, in a way that people are going to say, you know what, it's good. The way you speak is really good. And that's the design of this entire course. Again, mind you, I did it for us first. I was struggling with my impromptu communication. That's when I created this. And even this 1 month journey that we're going to be going through is a proof of it. You get access to the 4 master classes, you get access to the action steps, the competition, and then obviously you got your amazing bonuses that you can keep with you and you can keep learning. You can watch and learn, watch and learn, watch and learn. So you watch videos, you attend live sessions, you take the action steps, you participate in the contest. It's a complete package, people. It's a complete package. Yeah. So Saroj ma'am is asking, you mean 4 Sundays? Yes, exactly. So the upcoming 4 Sundays, we are going to be having the session. Okay, that's the whole structure of the entire program. 4 Sundays live sessions, and then we also have the personal mentoring. The one-on-one coaching is super essential. I mean, I used to get these amazing pocket money sessions, you can call it, when I was in Bangalore. I used to charge pretty big for my one-on-one sessions, and I feel so good because it gave me the skill set that I needed. I also got confident that I can work with people, I can solve people's problems. So I'm just giving that away to you as well. So all you have to do is just decide to join. Now, how do you join again? Now you got the link there in the chat. I think the team has posted it. Weekdays, absolutely not, ma'am. We are doing it on Sundays, so it becomes easy for everyone to attend. And so you get the link. You can click through the link, or you can use any of these payment modalities over here, and you can choose to join. Now I got oh, guess what? 2 more minutes, people. It's 180 seconds, and after that, I think the price is going to shoot up to 4,999, and we won't be able to help you in any way. So the beauty of understanding impromptu communication, I understood when I attended my first ever interview. I was in Bangalore back then, and I wanted a part-time job. So I simply walked into a Burger King. I was still working as an intern in my college, and I still wanted another job that would give me some more money. And I walked into the Burger King, and they were pretty clear that you can have part-time jobs and they would pay on an hourly basis and it would feel really good. But then I realized he just asked me a simple question: tell me about yourself. All I could say that I'm Suryadeep Mazumdar, and I like singing, reading books. And then I was absolutely silent. How many times it has happened to us? We are completely silent. We don't know what to speak about. That was the day I decided I'm going to train myself to such a way that when I speak, every single word coming out of my mouth, every single soul listening to me will feel impacted, will feel amazing. You want to be in that situation. And I'm sure you want to be in that situation as well. Which is why being a part of this, it's just 1 month, a 1 month commitment to really take your entire communication skills to the next level. All you have to do is just decide and join. So yeah, I got exactly 1 minute to go. And in the next 1 minute, I think we will be closing the offer. So, right, another 30 seconds. Perfect. So for those who joined us, huge congratulations. And for those who are still thinking, you got exactly, yeah, another 10 seconds to go. Yeah. Perfect. This is amazing. And then obviously we'll be having a small little Q&A as well. Perfect. That's all. And we will be ending our, okay, that marks the end of the offer. Okay. So that was about the session. That was about the whole thing. So now we still have another 14 minutes. So I'm open to answer questions regarding the session that we learned. Now, what did we learn today? Again, overall, just to give you all an overview about what we learned today. We learned about the importance of impromptu communication through my personal experience. Okay. We understood how we were never, ever trained on impromptu communication. Never. Not in our schools, not in our colleges. And the only way we could learn was to observe whatever happened around us. Then we understood what are the problems we were facing when we don't have tools and techniques, we don't have any blueprints, we get into fear mode, we get into that inferiority complex, all these crazy things. And then we learned about the formula of 55-38-7, body language, vocal variety, content. And then we broke it down into the SCD tool as well as the TOSL tool. We learned it, we went through a demonstration, and you all participated amazingly. It's just great the way you all participated. And then obviously we introduced you to impromptu communication mastery, the 1 month journey, the 1 month challenge that you can take in order to really escalate your life to the next level. For those who still have the link, you may reach out to the link, but then I'd have to take my hand up because you have to pay the original price. We won't be able to help you in that. Okay. So do we have any questions with respect to the session? Please do put it in the chat. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Understanding that we all know, we all deep inside know that we are a lot better than what we are right now. I mean, I keep telling that to myself every single day. Although I do love a lot of self-love and all those things, I do all those things every single day. But when I look at myself in the mirror, I know there's a lot better I want to grow. There's a lot better I want to be. So all those things. When we really give ourselves the permission to effectively speak, we know we are always having an edge. Sahira ma'am says, yet not clear how to speak impromptu when we are in a work environment as we cannot build stories. So this, I'm sure this is a doubt which we all have. When I'm in a work environment, I just need to connect with something very simple. When you look at stories, as in big Bollywood movies and all those kind of stories, you're talking to your friend, you're talking to your boss. You can include a small segment of your story in that as well. For example, you want to take a sick leave, explaining how you felt sick in the first place. Yeah. I think our team has already answered that. We will be covering all of these things in Persuasion Mastery. So that's a brilliant segment. And Sahira ma'am, you are a part of our impromptu mastery, so you're going to learn a lot. It's going to be fun. So that obviously brings us to the end of our journey this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor. And as you all know, I love to end with a bang. I love to end with energy. And the Sunday that we have, Sunday that we've spent together, I think it'll be memorable because we learned a lot. And I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to help you and serve you this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor for me as well. Okay. So with that, I think we obviously want to be ending with a bang. And as you all know, this is my favorite song, and that will always be my favorite song. Let's dance and perform together. We all want to know the way we live, the way we breathe. Life will never be the same. Here we go. Woo. This is excellent. You are special. You are amazing. You are a powerhouse. You're always good with the way you express yourself, the way you are, the fact that you are here, the fact that you invested 2 hours with me. I mean, this just shows the kind of importance that you give to yourself, the kind of respect that you give to yourself, and I value that. I really value that to the core, and I want you to know that I'm so proud of you. The fact that you've learned the tools and techniques from this, your life is never ever going to be easy. You'll be able to speak effectively, you'll be able to present things effectively, you'll be able to play full out. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty. The fact that you'll be here, I have this immense amount of respect and gratitude to you for sharing this beauty with me. Always remember this. Every single time you have a doubt, all you have to do is just ask, and your doubts will be answered. It will be given. Ask and it shall be given. With that, let's pump it up for one last time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a great remaining Sunday ahead. Wishing you all the love, the power, the respect, the abundance. This is Dr. Sruthi. Love you all so much.